Hey there guys, how's it going? Tyler here with your Movie Fix, and today I want to talk about my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2016. So it's no surprise here that 2016 is a pretty damn stacked year for movies. This could be one of the biggest, if not the biggest. A ton of sequels, a lot of franchises that are starting up, and a lot of just really anticipated movies that have been getting buzz for a couple of years now. A lot of talent coming up here in 2016, and I do have a list here, but before I get into the top 10, I do want to run down my honorable mentions because, like I said, there are a ton of movies, and there are a couple of them that I want to acknowledge but didn't really make it into my top 10, so let's talk about those real quick. First up, I got The Jungle Book. Really interested to see what Jon Favreau can do with that. Legend of Tarzan. The trailer really surprised me. I wasn't expecting. I didn't even know this movie was coming out, but I really liked the trailer. The Forest, which is most interesting to me because it's based on a real location at a base of a mountain in Japan where thousands and thousands of people go to commit suicide. I think that's going to be a pretty good, I think that could surprise us to be a really good horror movie. The Huntsman, Winter's War with Chris Hemsworth, the sequel, prequel kind of thing going on with Snow White and the Huntsman. I really enjoyed that movie and I want to see what Emily Blunt can bring to that. Shane Black's The Nice Guys, that action comedy drama with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. That looks really good. TMNT Out of the Shadows. Now, I wasn't expecting to like this one because I was kind of on the first movie. I thought it had a lot of fun and good action, but it was kind of as a movie. But this trailer for the second movie actually won me over, so I'm actually looking forward to that now. Gambit. This may have been on my top 10, but I don't really know what's going on. I'll have to gauge that after I see Deadpool. Independence Day Resurgence. Again, this was a movie I was not really looking forward to, but the trailer got me. Star Trek Beyond, which this would probably be on my top 10 as well, but since J.J. Abrams is not doing it, and I know there's all this drama going on between Simon Pegg and finding a writer, finding a director, that stuff has made me lose a little enthusiasm, but I'm still hoping that it's a good movie, so that's why I'm looking forward to it. And The Girl on the Train starring Emily Blunt. I think she's a phenomenal actress, and I can't wait to see her and this outing in 2016. So, let's get into the top 10 of this list. Number 10, I have Assassin's Creed with Michael Fassbender. Now, I know the director previously worked with him already on Macbeth. Whether or not that's your cup of tea, I'm sure they work good together, and the only reason I'm interested in this movie is because of Michael Fassbender. Number 9, The Conjuring 2, The Enfield Poltergeist. Now, I'm not a big horror person. I don't really dig a lot of horror movies. I think most of them are poorly made, but I really did enjoy The Conjuring by James Wan. So that's why I'm looking forward to this. I love Patrick Wilson, and I want to see that duo back together. Now, 7 and 8 were a bit of a toss-up, but number 8, I'm going to go with Civil War. Not a whole lot needs to be said about that. That looks like it's going to be awesome. I love The Winter Soldier. I love the Russos. I'm glad that they're the ones taking the reins now on Captain America and the Avengers franchise. And number 7, I have Deadpool. This just barely edged out Civil War with that last Red Band trailer. I really wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but it won me over, and I'm glad that we got to see a little more footage in that, and it's only a month and a half away. Number 6, Scott Derrickson's Doctor Strange. Now, I do love Sinister. He is the director of that, and the biggest draw in this for me is Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm a humongous fan of him. I don't really know anything about Doctor Strange, but I do love Scott Derrickson, and I do love Benedict Cumberbatch, so that's a team I really want to see working together, and I can't wait to see what Benedict can bring to the character. And here we are at the top 5. This is where things got a little difficult to decide, but number 5, I have Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Now, this was not even on my list, but after seeing The Force Awakens, I'm really interested in seeing how Kathleen Kennedy is handling these movies, and knowing that this is going to be more of a war film. They're going to be really light on the Jedi and Force users. I'm not even sure if there's going to be any in it other than Vader. So the potential that this could maybe be something like a Saving Private Ryan for Star Wars, that is why it's at number 5 in my list. Number 4, X-Men Apocalypse. Now, I am a humongous fan of Bryan Singer. I love that he has finally made a return to the X-Men franchise. I really dug Days of Future Past, and I can't wait to see Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse and seeing the rest of the cast return. Again, Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy. I don't know how you can't really love them. Number 3, Suicide Squad. Now, this is going to be the first oddball DC property after Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. This movie could really go anywhere, but I'm really looking forward to Jared Leto, Margot Robbie, the whole cast. I love David Ayer, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they handle this really weird out there property for the DC movie universe and really see what happens. Number 2, this was a bit of a toss-up with 2 and 3. Now, this was a really hard decision for me to make, but I'm going to give number 2 to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I really love David Yates, and I love his work on the Harry Potter franchise, and having J.K. Rowling return and be a writer on this, I think that's only a good thing, having this woman who's known the world for over 20 years now. I think she's going to bring a lot of interesting things, and having Eddie Redmayne, who is such a talent, and Ezra Miller, Colin Farrell, a bunch of talent in this movie. I cannot wait to see this. And number 1 on my list, this is no surprise to anyone who has known me in the last 3 years, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now, if you can't tell behind me, I am a pretty big fan of Zack Snyder and an even bigger fan of Man of Steel. I have been hyping up this movie since the announcement back in 2013. This is the biggest reason why I've been looking forward to 2016, and what a wait this has been. This has been the 3 longest years ever. It kills me to know that we could have gotten this movie 3 or 4 months ago on its original release date, and then they made it, and it was going to go off against Captain America: Civil War, so that was a little longer. I'm glad that they pushed it forward, and they're bringing it into March 25th, so that is easily my most anticipated movie. Cannot wait to see Henry Cavill return. Zack Snyder with Larry Fong, that is magic. Ben Affleck bringing in Chris Terrio, I cannot wait to see his Batman. And Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, that is something I'm actually really looking forward to. I think he's going to really surprise us. I think everyone is doubtful about, Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, Jesse Eisenberg, I think they're all really going to surprise us. At least that's how I feel. I'm pretty hopeful for the movie. There's so much talent working on it, I don't think there's any reason not to be excited on that alone. So that's it, guys. That is my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2016. Comment down below. I want to know, what are your top 10 movies? So that's all I have for now, guys. Be sure to subscribe for more movie news, movie reviews, and trailer reactions. I will see you guys on the next video.